the new releases from Skyaasen are here. For me, that meant a bottle of the Pommard, a bottle of the Pernand Vergelesses, even if they are a little on the pricey side these days. Still, I want some skin in the game in terms of new producer. I really like these guys. I've really enjoyed the wines in recent vintages, the 21 being quite light, but so approachable. The 22 is a bit more serious, a little denser. What's 23 going to be like? Let's find out. What do we got in the glass? Very, very pale, as one would expect in such a young, just released bottle of wine. Beautiful little bit of pineapple coming up, wafting out of this. Maybe it's a bit overly chilled at the moment, but it's been open overnight, so I give it a little time. I find that they put a little fat on overnight, both the white and the red, and it's welcome. They don't get tired or anything like that. They're still full of life. Of course, it's not that long. Just when I was tipping it, I got a real note of really dark licorice root. Just this lovely little subtle undertone. It's quite zippy. It's very fresh acid right now. If I put this in the soda stream, I'd end up with champagne. Very refreshing at the moment. Herbal notes, they give it some complexity. They give it promise for the future. Super high toned at the moment. Not quite as buttery, luxurious as the 22, which I found to be really in a sweet spot. I thought that was a really good Pernand from them. I still like this a lot. I really like the character of this. It needs a few years. If you're not in any rush to try them, you're best to wait. I'm not going to do that. I'm not getting any younger. That licorice, I didn't notice it in the 2022, but it really comes out here. And it's got the bitterness of the licorice root, you know. Very, very nice. What do we got in the glass? Somewhere between the 21 and 22 in color, I would say. More on the 22-ish side, a little darker. Yeah, very high-toned red fruit here. But with a little something black cherry. Definitely in their style. Not quite a 21, not as fresh, not as zippy, and not as dense as the 22. So somewhere in between. It's got also a green bitterness to it, which I find very refreshing. I really like that in young Burgundy. I think that's very promising for the future. This is going to fatten up, of course, in bottle. There's a maltiness to it almost. These Pommards they're so light, almost anti-Pommard in a sense. They really prize elegance over power. Just 12.5%. I think that's really, really good in a Burgundian wine, especially from the south. Maybe up north, I'd like them around the 13. It's a bit light. I can understand how food would overwhelm this at the moment. It's got these really savory, sort of herbal tobacco-y sort of notes. So that's complexity. You can see how this is just going to sort of shimmy along as it goes. At the same time, of course, it's a village, so it doesn't have the structure. It doesn't have the Grand Cru structure that's going to power its way through a long 20, 30-year journey. I don't think that, but I think over the next 10 years, this will be a really lovely, well-developed drink. It's going to hit a lot of high notes for you. If you like Burgundy, you're going to love this. Simple as that. What do we got in the glass? Still very bright, cold. Doesn't look aged at all, although it's getting a little hint of something to come, maybe some delicious lemon bars or lemon baked pastry type things. It smells very Corton Charlemagne to me. It doesn't have the heft to be a Corton Charlemagne, but what a wine. What a wine. Round, beautiful. A little bit of nuttiness to it. A little bit of Meursault character almost, without the fatness and the oiliness of it. 2019. First time I've tried something with a little bit of age. This is about as old as it's going to get from this Maison, because I think 19 was the first time they really commercialized in any serious numbers. Whatever magic these people are using to make wine, I want some of it. I want some of it. I want to be able to sprinkle some of it in my stew, you know what I mean? Drop dead gorgeous. Very, very different than what they are when they're young. When they're young, they're a little sharper. Of course, a little less giving. And this has rounded out into this wonderful wine that's just beautiful to drink right now. You wouldn't have to hold them, but you could. So much going on here. Imagine what these people could do with a Grand Cru. Or even a Premier Cru. I'd like to find out. How will you? Hey, stay thirsty.